Hey everyone, it's your girl T.U.O. How's everyone doing? Let me tell y'all something. Happy Monday for one, okay? Let's start there. Happy freaking Monday. Um, okay, I was hoping that it wouldn't did that, but anyways, let's start with okay. I was looking at my face today. I was wondering why my face was so bloated. I don't know why, because I've been working really hard for myself. Um, but I am going to update, even though y'all don't care, right? Y'all don't care. Um, I have lost 7 pounds. So, okay, this is the week before homegirl come. Um, so I have lost 7 pounds. I am proud of myself about that. One day at a time. I really, like I said, I don't go every day. Eventually, I am going to start going back every day. I don't want to do the same thing that I did before because what I did was I worked out every day and I ended up losing the weight in 6 months, 3 to 6 months. And my skin was sagging and it made me look like really old per se. And I don't know if it's going to happen or not happen if I take my time, which I have been taking my time, but I've been consistent. I go to the gym about 4 hours on the days that I do go. Um, just pretty much working on myself. Now, I do want to kind of start with that. Okay. Um, how can I say, like, self improvement, self care? That's what it is. Um, I just came back from the gym, so I am tired. I am freaking tired. Okay. So, excuse me if I continue to yawn throughout the video. I'm trying to get better too with my interaction. I know that my interaction is very mellow tone or low vibration. Um, but I'm trying to get better. I'm grasping for words as I'm going through, and I have so many things that's on my mind. I'm really terrible with taking notes because things come to my mind, and then I end up forgetting about it. I was sitting here for about 5, 10 minutes just trying to come up with a list of what I want to discuss, and um, even throughout my day, it'll pop up through my mind, and then it'll go away and I didn't even write it down. But anyways, so I want to start off with self-care. I think it's so important for us today in this moment right now to start working on self-care. And what does that look like for you? For me, it's going to the gym, learning defense combat, learning how to use a weapon so that when the time does come, I can protect myself and my family. And I think that's the more important, the necessity right now, the way that things are looking. Okay. I had already had a video discussing them censoring um, and disabling comments. If you come in, please interact with the discussion as well if you've noticed these things. If the live is over, please comment under the video. But anyways, I have continuously posted that we need to boycott, especially the celebrities that went to the Met Gala. Unbeknownst to me, we were not supposed to, or they were not supposed to go to the Met Gala if they were in support of uh, the people, basically, and against Trump. It was said that Jeff Bezos supported, I think, ICE, um, and funded them, gave the funds for ICE. Now, do is it how I don't know the word that I'm looking for. Is it the most important to me about what's going on with the Hispanic community? No, not necessarily. Does my heart go out to them? Yes, of course it bothers me to see them because it reminds me of slavery. I'm not going to move away from that. However, however, if he's willing to support families being torn apart, he's it can happen to us. ICE can come for us as well. Um, so I feel like those who did not stand with the people needs to be boycotted, and that includes B. She's not above reproach. Okay, I don't. I hope that y'all think. I hope y'all don't think because she wore that crown. I hope y'all don't think that she's the queen of America and that she's above reproach and that can't nobody say nothing about her. She was wrong just like anybody else, and I personally am going to take a stance and not supporting her music. Um, in any event she has, any movies with any of these celebrities that attended, I won't be going to go watch. If I recall, I don't think Nate Parker went. If I recall, I don't think David went. You know, the movie that I went to go see, and I haven't. And that's the other thing. I do apologize that I say I'm gonna do something and I don't do it. I'm very bad with that. Like I said, I'm very tired now. It's been a very tough 2 weeks. Okay, so I am employing you to please get your okay, to get your self-care up, so that you can defend yourself. Okay, let's kind of get into it. One of the things that's in the forefront of my mind right now is law enforcement. Um, it has happened and it continues to happen, but now it's spreading across the board. They are attacking everybody. Now we've had the incident with Justin Pearson, right? The I think he's Congress, a representative Justin Pearson, where his brother was arrested, and he was like, oh, "Okay, I'll walk out with him," and they start grabbing on them, and we all witnessed him, you know, uh, getting, let the officer know what it is, what time it was, and we're seeing police officers doing exactly what ICE was doing. It's no different. There is no difference. They are attacking people. They are beating them down, jumping them. That's the main thing now, though. One of the things that I noticed, though, is that law officers, ooh, they feel so entitled. They feel well within their rights to do what they're doing right now because y'all scared. Because y'all scared to do something. See, me personally, I already know the ins and outs and tricks of law enforcement, and I know what ticks them. You feel me? Y'all need to learn, study. Okay, that's kind of what I like to do. I like to study people and then go from there. But y'all kind of fall into the hands of law enforcement continuously. They antagonize y'all, they attack y'all, and then y'all just fall for the okie doke, okay? Not all, but most, right? But what I've noticed is there was like two officers in one situation. I think it was two officers, and they began attacking this person. I don't remember if it was a male or a female, but most likely it was a male, right? I mean, like beating the crap out of him. And it was a Hispanic, and it was a Hispanic group too. That it wasn't like any organization, it was just bystanders. And they was wailing on him, and they were like, stop, he didn't do anything, whatever they were saying to get the officers to stop, and they were not listening. It roused me up because I'm like, why are y'all just standing there? One that I actually do remember, and it's kind of coming up in my notifications repeatedly, is that there was a celebration. I don't remember the teams because I don't really care for that. But there was a celebration for one of these teams winning, and one of the guys just walked up to the officer. He didn't touch him. He didn't do anything. I don't even know if he said something to the officer, but he walked up to the officer, just walking alongside of him, and the officer pushed him hard and was like, "Get out my face." And then the officer kept walking a little bit, right? Until other officers came running and start wailing on him, just start beating him down. And oh, she's black. All right. Why she got a wig on? Anyway, so they started wailing on him. They start wailing on him, and everybody's like, "Stop, stop, whatever." But let me get to the point. What I noticed is the people outnumber the police. And I get that the concern continues to be and will always be law enforcement utilize their weapons, which is why I said, sometimes, which is why I said you guys need to get ready and understand that there will be some fatalities when you fight back. Fatality, you know, and it should be expected. And what's the bigger picture here? Now, I'm tired of getting my butt whooped. Okay. I'm tired of feeling like I'm already enslaved and getting ready to be an old school slavery. You feel me? I don't know how tired you guys are, but I know I'm tired, right? If and I got some pushback saying, oh, yeah, you wouldn't be saying that. Most people think I'm a guy because of my picture, but then your family's gonna be crying, talking about he was such a good kid or whatever. Some guy said that today, and it's like it's better to die fighting. I'm sorry. I hope that don't sound crazy to y'all. It's better to die fighting than die as a coward. Like I don't get it. And ain't nobody about to whip on me. I'm sorry. I, and then this whole thing about like you can't you don't have the right to fight back. Who said that? Who told you that? If somebody is whooping your ass and you ain't even fighting them, you ain't doing nothing to them, you have every right to whip their ass back. That's called a mutual combat. Just because they got a badge on them, don't give them the right to beat your ass. Let's see. Because I know they said something like if you're resisting, they can they can punch you until you comply, right? If you're not complying, but if you the things that I've saw is are seen, excuse me, the things that I've seen is people are laying on their stomach, handcuffed, and getting their asses whooped. That's what I'm seeing. I don't see anything else. Okay, I'm not one to be stupid and just try to talk shit. I'll admit I'm wrong and do the research, right? Because the terminology that they use is reasonable force, right? And that's very broad. And and it has been defined. Like they can't. I was just watching something last night. They can't use a taser unless you're fighting them, right? They can't use pepper spray unless you're trying to get control of you. Yeah, see, like actively resisting. Let me put very rare situations. Let's see. You may use physical force to defend yourself only if the officer uses excessive or unreasonable physical force. Your belief that you are in the reasonableness test. This is the test. Your belief, your belief, not the court's belief, not the attorney's belief, not the officer's belief, not the department's belief. Your belief that you are in danger must objectively be reasonable. You must genuinely perceive an imminent threat or serious bodily injury or death. And as we've seen on multiple occasions, that officers have or civilians have died by the hands of law enforcement, right? Proportionate proportion hold on. For proportionality, right? Yeah, that's right. Proportionality. Any force you use to defend yourself must be strictly proportional to the threat. You can only use the exact amount of force necessary to protect life or limbs. All this skin is limb. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Skin is organ. Sorry. I was thinking about something else. But shit. Hmm. That's why it's so good to have bystanders record. At first, I used to think, "Oh, why they get involved or whatever the case may be." When it first started happening, right? Now I think it's so important that there are bystanders recording because I just thought about something. There was another incident where a bystander was recording a guy. it was like some Rodney King type stuff. They was beating the crap out this man, knee in his face. I think he was already handcuffed, just beating him. And then they put a blanket over his face, over his body, so that they could conceal what they had did to him, the damage they did to him. Yeah. And so I'm gonna also put third party defense, right? When you are a bystander watching officers attack people, come on, cheekbone. You are a bystander watching officers attack someone. Can you lawfully defend this person? Because I'm not just gonna stand there and watch somebody get beat. That's slavery. They talking about something. It's best to fight through the judicial system, but the whole thing is corrupted. Oh, you got violent. The whole thing is corrupted. So how can you sit up there and say, "Well, fight it in court"? After I got my ass whooped? Come on now. There's a like I said, they saying comply with verbal orders. State clearly that you do not consent to the actions. Right? Yeah. As they punching me in my face, I'm gonna sit up there and say I don't consent to these actions. I don't. You know. No. And judges need to really open their eyes. Like I said, I think it's so important for bystanders to record because those body cameras don't work. Those body cameras, they not working like that unless they are like officers standing by trying to get in and stuff. Then maybe we may be able to see the angle or something that's going on. But it's important so that that the courts can see the full picture, that you weren't doing anything, you weren't hurting anyone, they were only hurting you. So when you pop their asses, it was for a reason, because you could have lost your life. 6 people jumping on top of your little body, ranging from 120 pounds to, let's say, 250, we'll say. Like, that's insane. That's deadly to me. Um are third parties slash bystanders standers allowed to intervene to protect the life and or limbs of the person or persons officers are physically attacking. Yes, a third person or bystander are legally allowed to intervene to protect the person from a police officer, but only under highly restricted life and death legal conditions. Again, we are all under the impression, belief, that when officers intervene, they escalate situations, and most likely than none, it results in death or physical serious illness, injuries, serious injuries, right? The law allows, under the doctrine defense of others, check your state, but stepping in carries a momentum, physical and legal danger. And that's true. That's why I say, you know, everything comes with a risk. But I don't know how tired y'all, yeah. Y'all remind me of my grocery store because I'm not gonna remember. I'm gonna just derail a little bit, okay? I'm gonna derail just a little bit, and I got a call today. So, what this reminds me of, what you guys constantly going along with officers violating people and their constitutional right and beating they ass, thinking that you won't get your ass beat next. It reminds me of the situation. I go to the grocery store, right? Y'all know that when you go to these places, Walmart and stuff, right? They be asking for your receipts and stuff. And if you don't, then they kind of steal your stuff. I'm gonna call it like it is. They steal your stuff. And so I just moved and I go to the grocery store. It's not Walmart. And I go to the grocery store and I'm leaving and they like, "Oh ma'am, can we see your receipt?" And I, comply a couple of times. But the third time, I said, I ain't got to show you my receipt, right? And he was like, "Yeah, I know," the security, because they have the security at the door. They said, "Yeah, I know, whatever." And so, kind of from there on, I stopped showing my receipt. Now, it's almost a year, almost a year. And, I had an incident with this guy. I'm leaving the store. Happened on a Wednesday last week. And he said, "Ma'am, can I have your receipt?" I said, "Do you suspect me of stealing?" He said, bashfully, "No." I said, "Okay then." And I turned around. He yelled out, "Well, then you can shop somewhere else if you're not willing to show your receipt." And I said, "Oh, okay, I'll be back." And so the next day I went around the same time. And he looks white, tall white guy. Same, the other guy that told that to me is there standing with him too. And I to I can't think of the word, but to go around to stop that interaction, right? To bring that situation or that interaction to a halt, I did some research and it basically advised me to download the um, app, the grocery store app, and to obtain a digital receipt, because the whole point of this showing your receipt, and they never look at the receipt and look at your items to make sure that you bought what you say you bought on the receipt. They just marking it off. And they said they do that for loss prevention, basically. If someone outside, which I was encouraging in my mind, that if someone found your receipt outside, they'll come back in, get all the items that's on the list, and then they'll just walk out with it with the same receipt, and that causes loss to the business, to the grocery store. And I understood that, and so I said, okay, to I can't think of the word, to X to minimize, no, to seize that, and that's not the word I'm looking for, but to seize that whole situation, I'll do a digital uh receipt. And so that's what I did. The next day I did the digital receipt and set everything up. They was like, "You need to show us your phone." I said, "No, I don't." Now that's where I draw the line. And I also found that when you purchase something, those items are your property now. They're your personal property, and the receipt is your personal property. And that's like, if they want to, that's why it's a constitutional protection that you cannot be searched. You cannot be seized or searched. And that's kind of what they were doing, was holding everybody up. You got to wait in line to purchase your food, and then you got to wait into another line just so that they can look at your receipt. And mind you, and I want to be forthcoming in totality, The lines to go out, check your receipts. Well, it's not that long. It'll probably be two or three people in front of you. But then that's still an issue, though. I don't need to wait, and knowing that, because I feel like now you're accusing me of stealing, and I'm working on myself. Jesus, I don't need to constantly like. That's like if a person, and I'm not saying it's exact, but a person that does drugs, right? And they've changed their life, a person that lies, a person that cheats, whatever. And every time they come around, you talking about I need a P test. I need a oh bitch. I need a I need a what you call those things? A lie detector. No 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 no. You're not gonna do that to me, okay? Um, but most people there were complying. They were like cattle, just going along with it. Mind you, they have things on the wall or up on these little boards or whatever saying that's their store policy. But just because they say it's store policy don't mean it's the company's policy, right? And I want you guys to get out this mindset that just because a person, and I'm gonna keep it clean, but just because a person says that's the rules, you need to be like, show me and then go above their head. Like it said, comply at the moment, but do your research later. And then when you have that interaction again, life is a lesson. I get it. When you have that interaction again, you know how to combat that, right? And so what I did was I had this interaction with the security again. He wanted to see my phone. I said, "Why do I have to show you my phone?" I said, "What's the whole point of the policy? Is for loss prevention." And I said, I basically canceled out that whole little uh my my bra is so wet because I was sweating. Canceled out that whole situation of loss prevention by having a digital receipt or whatever, and so forth and so forth. He was very rude and disrespectful to me. He told me he ain't got to tell me shh. He said I can get the f out, and and all this stuff. I said, oh, and see, that's the other thing I wish you guys would stop doing. But we are all individuals, right? I wish you guys would check yourselves. And I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. It takes practice, and it depends on the day, right? But I said, oh no, I'm not gonna leave. I backed my basket up. I said, I need to speak to your manager. He said, I don't work for the manager. I don't work for them. I said, oh, okay. I'm gonna call the company that you work for because I already got their number. And so he pointed to who the manager was. I go talk to him. I tell him what the situation was, and he explained to me because it's a lot of homeless people that come to the store. That's why they do that. And I said, I understand and I respect that, but I will not be disrespected. And I don't have to show y'all a goddamn thing if y'all don't suspect me of stealing, right? And then I said, you need to go get his name because I'm not leaving until I get his name so I can report him or whatever. It's my tag. It's bothering me. Um, so he the guy refuses to give his information. And I said, he works at this store. He ain't got to comply with you. So, anyways, so I ended up calling the guy's boss. I walked down. I said, let me go call Peter now. Okay. Let me go call him. He was like, you can call him. I said, I sure will. Because he didn't think that I had the information. He didn't think I had the information. He thought that I was just some dumb black girl or something. And see, what God has blessed me with is time because I got it. Okay, so I said, okay, I called Peter. I let Peter know, and he got written up, and he got to go ahead and retrain and all this stuff. They might relocate his ass. And you know what else I had time for? To call the company, to call corporate. And I called corporate and they said that's not store policy. It's only store policy if it's self checkout, and they ain't got not one self checkout in that store. Okay. So while y'all sitting up there going along like cattle to the slaughterhouse, you got people like me that's not with that shit. Cause I'm like, I'm just too free to have to do. I pay gas. Let's talk about that a little bit. Gas is high as shit. I got two cars. Okay. And I filled them up just in case. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know. And we might need to get up out of here, and other people might need to get up out of here too. And so I just got it just in case, right? One may be down, whatever the case may be. One of my cars cost $50. The other cost 70. If I'm gonna pay gas that high, you need to leave me the F alone. Rent is too high. I didn't pay mine a year ahead. You need to leave me alone. Going out. I ain't been out in 12 years. This is the first time that I've been out in 12 years. The tickets wasn't that bad. Both of my tickets to go out was not that bad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. But the rooms, the concessions, y'all need to leave me alone. I don't need to be dealing with this penny and you gotta check everybody, so everybody's a thief until proven innocent. This is kind of backwards for me. And so when I heard that, I was kind of relieved. And so that's what I'm saying. Y'all need to start pushing back. Oh, I'm pretty sure people was like, why can't she just listen? Because, nigga, I don't want to go to the slaughterhouse. Excuse me. I don't want to go to the slaughterhouse. I don't have to. I don't want to. Don't have to comply. And so when I say about this situation where, officers are pushing people around, I saw an incident where just people standing around and they want to punk people talking about get off the streets, go down, do this, do that, and stuff, right? That we don't have to do anything but stay whatever color you are and die. This country, we have liberty in this country, right? We're not doing anything wrong. And so the question needs to start being, what section code, what municipal code, whatever code states that I have to do whatever you're asking me. Maybe not at that moment, right? Like there was an incident where the girl, they was asking her to get out the car, and she was like, "Do you have proof that I was speeding?" Okay, well, we don't really want to talk about that right now. You might, and then the encounters with people, with officers, let them be the dicks, let them be the aggressor, right? Because their whole job is to de-escalate and enforce the law, right? To let you know you broke the law and to enforce it, right? But they're all supposed to de-escalate. They only de-escalate it with people that they can relate to. Okay? I seen an old man on a traffic stop. It wasn't even a traffic stop. He pulled the officer over, and he kept rolling up his window. He kept going through all his pockets. He had cameras on. He just doing a lot of movement in the car, right? He doing a lot. He rolled up his window several times on the officer's like, the officer said, "Show me your ID." "I ain't showing you nothing." And then he said, "Roll your window down." He was banging on the window. He said, "Don't do that to my damn window." And he was about to take off. He said, "I'm talking to you. I don't care. Don't do that to my window." If that were us, our windows would have got busted out. We would have got a black eye, beaten, broken arm, all types of stuff. But they all were Hispanics. Okay. And it took about 20 to 30 minutes, probably an hour, just to get that man out the car. And he willingly got out the car. It was like one of the officers, I think he was a supervisor, he claimed, can't we just get him out the car? He got so bent up. He's like, let's just get him out the car. But what I'm saying is, what am I saying? What I'm saying is that we gotta learn how to interact, right? I get our adrenaline is high, even mine's be high. I understand, and it's tense. It's tension with these interactions because if you know that their whole intention is to escalate a situation, your whole goal should be remain calm because they can take your freedom away. You can't take their freedom away. You can take something else away, but you can't take their freedom away. And so when you're doing these interactions, oh sure, officer, did I do something wrong? Oh, I'll let you know in a minute. Okay. And then when they proceed and choose not to tell you what's going on, you have the right to do what? You have the right to do what? Remain silent, okay? Because I'm not going to sit up there and be disrespected. That's what I'm not going to be. Oh, I ain't got to talk to you. Okay. Write the ticket up. Remember, basically, a traffic stop can only last up to 10 minutes, really. Let's be realistic. It don't take that long to look up a section code, write down the section code that the officers believe that they violated, fill out your name, fill out your information and the date that you're supposed to appear in court, and sign it, whatever. It don't take that long to do these things. They want to look up your background and all this stuff on a computer. It don't take but 10 to 15 minutes to do that. So anything that's taking longer just because you do not want to speak to them, that's the violation. Okay. That's a violation. So my whole thing is I say fight back. Stop standing around letting these officers beat on people and y'all sitting up there screaming, oh my God. I'm gonna show y'all one. Look at this. Look at it. I mean, let me find it. Because I just saw it. It happened. I just saw it yesterday or this morning. I just saw it where maybe I put in my stories, but where a group of black people in Chicago. Now I don't know if it's the one that's related to some girls or a group of kids was driving driving a stolen car, and then they drove to their neighborhood, and then one took off or something. Something happened, and then the whole neighborhood came out and mollywopped the officers. Even in that instance, though, I approve. Even though the kids was wrong, I completely approve. However, I don't really have the context of this situation. I just know um, the substance of the video that was, or I just know what was shown in the video. Give me 1 second while I pull it up. Here we go. So people be like, I'm not condoning violence. Oh, I'm telling you, I'm not condoning you go out there and start attacking people. Okay. But I do condone defending yourself. That's what I do condone. You have the right to fight back. All right, so let's check it out. I don't think we need any sound, because it's just the actions. Well, he picked that man up and slammed the hell. Now this girl right there, that girl that pushed her man, she said, not today. Not today. You will not get involved. I get some people don't want to risk their freedom, their livelihood, right? But the majority, how many officers are there? Too bad you can't rewind this. I need to rewind mine. I need to rewind mine. Let's see. Can I escape? I need to escape. I need out. Let me out. I can't get out. Hold on, it won't let me out. Oh, look at Tito and Jermaine. Maybe I need to go back. All right, then I can go forward. All right. Now, let's see. There is 1, 2, and 3 officers on scene, and it's probably 4 right there. 5. Hold on. I'm trying to see if his ass is still an officer, right? Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, he an officer, right? He might be an officer. That's why I keep saying y'all niggas need to stop letting people come into the barbecue, because y'all don't believe in informers. Y'all have not learned from our past mistakes. It's crazy. Okay, so we got 5 already, right? We got 5 officers already. We got 6. Hold on, hold on. I just want to see, make sure I don't want to double count. That's the reason why. Okay, is that him right there? I don't know. So we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, this dude with the hat on. 4. Okay, so there go him with this hat. It's 2 dudes with a hat on. It's 2 dudes with a hat on. The same color hat. Okay, hold on. Whoa. And they punched him too, right? Look. Did you see that dude punch him? It wasn't him. I think it was him who punched him. Yep. He punched him. So 1, 2, 3, 4. His old weak ass. He tried to put her in a headlock. Mind you of that. And you see that black woman? Who did it? And this black man. And this black man. I don't know who she is, but they care about her. Whoever she is, right? They all care about this dude too. That's why they all jumped in. Now, my whole point is, right? Oops, my titty did that. My bad. My whole point is, sorry, I'm being nosy. My whole point is the community, your community, whoever you are, but I'm speaking to mine specifically because we are disenfranchised, we are targeted, we are wrongfully convicted, so forth and so forth. You outnumber the officers. And to the people that was sitting up there yelling and screaming, oh, yeah, you go ahead and do it and get shot. Did you see these officers shoot anybody? Did y'all see them do that? Because of the, what was it called? The defense protect. I forgot what the thing was called. Rewind it and go back and we'll see what it was called. But you have the right to defend people. That dude punched him. Punched him. This dude is hovered over. He's hovered over in the fetal position. He's not swinging on nobody. Look, you don't see him swinging on nobody. This motherfucker right here picks it. He looks bigger than this dude. The young man, looks bigger than this officer, but he wants to do a WWE SmackDown thinking this is a game or something. Grand Theft Auto type of police. Like, look, and body slams him. And they like, again, protection of one's life and limb. And limb. So everybody that's sitting up here doing something is at the protection of one's limb. I need to also, hold on a second. Give me a second. I need to edit my video so this message could get out to Chicago. So this did happen in Chicago, right? I don't know what the fuck they mean by the United States of Chicago. Hold on now, Chicago. Okay. Please go check out that Marcus um, page. Thank you, Marcus, for sharing this video. Let me see. Where's my manage? I need to change that too. I'm kind of getting tired of it. Okay. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I want to add Chicago. I don't like StreamYard constantly putting a little thing in there. How you spelling Chicago? I'm gonna put Chicago Brawl. Did nobody ask you to do that? Okay, so body slammed him, could have got injured. So everybody's jumping in to protect him. They are not hitting the officers. You can see this man's hands. He's not reaching for the officer's weapon. He is simply doing what, class? Can we all say it together? Pushing him off, okay? He is simply just pushing the officer off. I don't see anybody with a balled up fist yet. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. It's a lot of pushing, a lot of open hands, a lot of open hands. I don't see no balled up fist. They better be glad I wasn't there. They better be glad I wasn't there because I would have uppercut, socked, punched, kick, bit. Where the wood at? Because I'm about to hit somebody. Where the brick at? Okay. A lot of pushing. First of all, black man in the green, don't be pushing us. Push them. This is tug of war. And then we come over here. Everybody start coming this way, right? Once again, it's 1 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Including her, 7. 2 against 7. Whatever the number is going to turn out to be, you outnumber them. Do you see them with the weapon? No. And nobody, remember, equal force, reasonable force. They cannot pull a gun out on you because you're pushing them. Who told y'all that? Who these dudes really got y'all mind institutionalized. These dudes got y'all mind enslaved. I treat myself like a queen, okay? I keep myself in the palace and I bathe in oil. Okay, that's what I just pamper myself. I don't have these interactions with these people. And I had an interaction with the law enforcement. I got pulled over. I got a ticket and everything. It was a fixed ticket. I didn't have to pay nothing. Okay, I had to take off work, but I didn't have to pay nothing. Okay, nothing. I fixed it. But my interaction with him was pleasant. Like he didn't have no attitude. He didn't, you know, and I didn't say yes or no. I was like, "Oh, how are you doing today, officer?" "Oh, great." And I kept a pleasant tone. It was after work too, but I was just relieved that it didn't escalate to that point. And I get the interactions are based off of gender and race. I get it. I sympathize with you guys. Like, wow. When I was younger, I had those hostile interaction with law enforcement, mainly because I was with guys. Mainly because I was with guys. And so when they saw us together, they would pull us both over, patting, doing all, what the fuck you doing, nigga? And I was trying to be cool or whatever. But I've learned, and it was times where I was just by myself. I got attacked in Long Beach. I don't really mess with Long Beach. Um, the officers came in the house, attacked me, and everything. Took me to the station. And I got released from there. And I didn't even have to stay there for an hour or nothing. Their sergeant or whoever was on duty told them, "You need to let her go. You don't disrespect." They was calling me all types of bees and punching me, and I don't know. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, but I told that dude, I said, they don't be doing that to no kids." Whatever I said, you don't be doing that to kids. We gotta shut it. And they released me immediately. And I haven't really encountered officers like that. You know, I was, what was it, last week? They had a trail of officers on Fifth Street just going down the street. I don't know where they went. I gotta look that up. But I wanted to be like, y'all so bad. I just don't like them. I just don't like them. My child said they wanted to be one. I said, nah, don't ever come to my house. Straight just like that. You want to be one? Good. Go on, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do, baby. But I will never speak to you again. Just like that, and I mean it. I will never speak to you again. Oh, well, you can change the community. No, no, it's so corrupted. Not mine. I support anybody else, but not mine. I mean, and that's not to say I don't support mines. I support them, but at the end of the day, when you pass the whatever the freak is called, I can't think of it right now. When you pass that trial and you become an officer, I don't know you. Because you put your life in jeopardy along with your family. And if somebody want to retaliate against you, they can also retaliate against me. And let me tell you something, I feel more safer with gangs because at least they got codes. At least they can respect the codes at times. But I feel more safer with gangs for real at this time and age. I don't see gangs just pulling up, jumping on people, attacking people and stuff like that. I don't see that. But let's move on. I don't think the video is not that much left. Now, is she fighting back? Yes. Okay. She she is fighting back. She got her hands up, and that would have been me. I would have been like, boop, bop, boop, bop, boop, bop, boop. Because you wasn't, you know, first of all, why are you grabbing on me? Okay, I don't even know you like that. You sexually assaulting me right now, touching on me. Man, I gotta protect myself. Did you see the FBI database? No, it's mainly white men. No, boop bop boop bop. No, actually, it's for child molestation. Um, but for it's black men. But anyways, you see that? You see that? That black man got involved. That black woman got involved. They over there pointing. She said, "Oh, look at that! Look at them! Okay, get up, girl, and run. Get up, girl." You see more people start coming and start pushing his ass off. Like, nope, 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 nope. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, dog. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is, protect the community, protect your neighbor. Why y'all just standing around watching people get beat up? That is slavery mentality. I'm sure that our ancestors wanted to pick up a whip and mollywop their ass. But you just willfully standing there watching? Okay. So like I told you guys, I've been going to the gym. I don't know why this is a topic, but it is. I've been going to the gym. People be watching people working out, and I don't do that. I be so in tune in my own self and looking at how sexy I am and getting my body right, getting it tight, the improvement on myself, that I don't really have time to be looking at other people. Now, mind you, it has increased with some big booty girls there, and I'm just like, God damn, where y'all come from? Where y'all come from? Y'all kind of distracting the whole flow of my shit because they'll stand. I'm trying to look in the mirror. They'll stand in the mirror and stuff. Butt so big it's blocking the whole goddamn thing. That happened to me today. I was like, okay, because I'm a woman for one. I'm a black woman at that. We already have to deal, and I'm gonna just leave it like that. We already have to deal, so I don't want to add on to the dealing. So I respect people's space and in their privacy or whatever, and I want them to do the same. And so what I constantly do is I be like, I'm looking at this ass. I'm trying to get my ass to where you is, but I ain't about to ask you. I'm just because the thing is that I wanted to say earlier and I forgot is you got to do workouts that you like. I'm not about to do some shit that's gonna stress me out, and then I'm gonna be like, I don't want to do this no more. That's kind of why I'm doing the things that I'm doing now, and I add on little by little by little by little what I want to do, and it takes me some time to get through it though. But I definitely don't people watch. I mind excuse me, I mind my business and I get my job done and I leave. Okay. I'm not looking to talk to nobody. I don't care if them niggas think I'm the ugliest thing in that motherfucker. I am going there for myself. I think I'm so sexy. And then I put in that work and I put that what's that chemical in your body, whatever it's called, and I go home and myself. Okay. And I get it done. And I don't complain. A cramp here and a cramp there, and I don't in 5 seconds. And then I can do it several times if I want to. So all I'm saying is, I ain't got the headache of that. I ain't got the headache of no man, girl, on my back. Okay. I already said get prepared for defense techniques. Because they're trying to roll back slavery, which y'all like some cattle going to the slaughterhouse. I'm so mad at myself because I could have got up out of here. I could have got up out of here, and I might be ending up in this whole situation with you guys. I might be stuck here with you guys, and y'all gonna be talking about some. Why can't you just listen? You gonna make it bad for everybody, and I'm gonna be looking at you like you's a nigga. use a nigga. I'm not. I'm not doing it. I'm not about to go through that. I'm not about to go through that. Y'all not about to sit up here and I will not live through slavery. I am willing to go. I am willing to go. Oh, that's all right. Oh, he's here. I'm willing to go. I'm not living through that. And I'm so mad because I'm like, y'all was so willing to take yourselves out. Y'all were so willing to take yourselves out, but you're not willing to take the people that's actually harmful harmful to you, that will attack you. Hold on one second. Okay, my bad. My bad. Being nosy. Um um yeah, I'm not gonna be able to live through slavery. Y'all can do it though, if y'all want to. I will teach mine to survive through it though, if that's what they want to do. You know, you got finesse. That's basically what it is. Um, I already talked about law enforcement. The government is trying to distract us with this hantavirus. Now this Kevin Hart roast. We got to stay focused. Please vote. Please get out there and vote. I get that they are gerrymandering the map and the districts and stuff. I don't even know what to do to combat that. I'm a newborn with this. Okay, I thought we had already voted on our map too, like in November. Um, but besides that, uh, please do not let them discourage or try to um, what's the word I'm looking for? Scare us, do any scare tactics against us. I forgot what you call the word is called. I can't think of it right now. But please don't do that. I hope, and my biggest thing is boycott, 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 boycott. I have not used Amazon. When the last episode of the boys come out, that's when I'll do another subscription or turn my subscription on for Prime Time, right? Prime, whatever it's called, Amazon Prime. That's when I'll turn it on, just to watch the boys, and then after that, I won't even watch Prime. I'm thinking about canceling Netflix. We gotta start. I can't think of the word. I'm so sorry that my vocabulary is not that broad. It's gotten better, but when I'm in front of this camera, my thought process it goes away and I struggle. Um, don't let some people come up in here, then I'll really be like, ugh. But anyways, we need to start budgeting and starting to minimize our I guess budget, right? Like our spending, and start saving. That's why I say I'm really mad at myself because I'm one to talk, right? Um, we definitely need to get ready, and make sure that uh, make sure that we have money in case to leave. Now, speaking of leaving, right? They don't want us to leave. They are trying to keep us here. There's that's the whole point of this what is it, hantavirus, so that it's a scare tactic, scare, what is it, something monder. Shit. Sorry. um Something monder. I forgot. They're trying to just scare tactic, to get us to stay in the country and not go overseas. I've heard several people talk about they want to leave the United States. I've heard several people saying they already left the United States and it's better wherever they are. I don't want to be here anymore, and I wish I would have gotten my passport and left. I really did. I really do, because it's getting worse. And they have already talked about hoping that to get rid of the 14th Amendment. One, I was like, can they do that? I know that we amend the Constitution, but can they take things back and be like, you don't get no citizenship? I'm okay with that, right? I'm okay with you trying to claim that we're not citizens. But what I definitely think you need to do to remedy that is to run me my money so I can leave. You don't, it's like they're benefiting all corners. No matter what corner they're in, no matter what game they're playing, they benefit at the end of the day, and everybody else is just effed. Now, let me say this because it was on my heart, and I think God wants me to tell you. The Civil Rights Act benefited everyone of color. I don't like to say people of color. I'm not a people of color. I'm black. The people that got the Civil Rights Act enacted was black. But the people that eat off of it are people of color because they're not white, right? So if they, let me just sum it up. This is not just our fight. You guys think because black people are the face in the blood, sweat, and tears of the Civil Rights Act that it's our problem. No, it's your problem too. So if anything happens, just know you are in risk. You are in danger as well. You're at risk of being attacked just as much as and the number of slaveries will increase. It won't just be black people. And you have American kids out here that maybe, yeah, you can just take them with you to your country that you were born from. But that's what I mean. Y'all eat off of it, y'all benefit off of it, and if it does not benefit you anymore, you leave it. You do not fight for the people who got you to that place. You just, that's why I'm really not big on, oh, you invited to the barbecue. I'm not really big on being inclusive with other people. Organizing and trying to get things done, yes, I'm more than open. But you work on your community and we'll work on our community, how I say. But what is the end goal of all goals is the whole point. That's what it's about. What is the end goal? What is the whole point of this? Not know we following along with y'all. No, no, no. But that's the last thing I want to say. I don't think it's anything else. This is not just our problem, it is everybody's problem. That's why they said that if If Black people benefit, everybody benefits. Whatever we get, it trickles up, not downwards, because there's nobody lower than us. I'm so mad at myself right now that I did not vote for that woman, because now realizing, gosh darn it, I could have benefited from her policies. I already talked about how that if you even talk about organizing or doing anything on Instagram, which is my last video, they are disabling your comment. You cannot comment. I think how I tested it, or I didn't test it, I just did something. I added the military. Anyone that had a social media, I added them. And it's probably not even really theirs, but I added it. And I said, I'm just wondering if they gonna back us up to take back our government, or are they gonna slaughter the people that they supposedly fight for? They fight for their country. They are supposed to be fighting for what though in the country? The people, right? So that that's what they always yelling. I went to war so that you can be able to walk around free and enjoy your ice cream or whatever the case may be. I'm just trying to figure out, but are you also going to allow the government to slaughter the people, to steal and rob the people? I just want to know whose side is the military on. And I understand the military is a part of the government. I'm not stupid. But a line needs to be drawn. Like, even with the judicial system, we already see the judicial system is not with the people. It's not for the people. The executive branch is not for the people. Now, the legislative branch is kind of teeter totter, based off what benefits them. So I'm gonna leave it there. Okay. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. I'm getting ready. I tell you one thing, I'll be able to run somewhere for more than 1 minute. Okay. And then on top of that, carry somebody. You never know if you might need to carry somebody. Several people. Get ready, get ready, get ready. How long can you run? Because you might need to run from something or someone or somewhere. How far can you run? How far can you get? Get ready, get ready, get ready. Now, though I'm talking mess, I'm definitely gonna go watch that Kevin Hart roast because Cat Williams is on there. So that's the only reason why I'm watching it. I don't like Kevin Hart. So, you guys enjoy yourself. I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And get ready, get ready, get ready.